Hello, my little goblins, and we're back at it again, and this time we're playing Ultra Athletes. Being an Ultra Athlete myself, being the peak physical condition of male and female, throw that out there, I relate to the deck very much so. So, pretty much what the decks want to go, usually want to go be second with these decks, because you just break your opponent's board and then OTK them. Going first isn't a big deal though. Going first is not too bad, because when we go first, we can actually set up some pretty annoying stuff for our opponent, mainly with Hyper Stadium giving you 2 normal summons. If you can get midfielder plus Libero Spiker out on the field, that's actually a pretty strong, like it's not actually a horrible play, because what that's going to allow us to do is we see what our opponent's doing and then we can react. So what Spiker does is on your opponent's turn, you can send a level 5 from your hand, bounce this card back to your hand, and send the level 5 to your deck, and then summon another level 5 or higher UA card and put it onto the field. So right there you might be saying, well, that doesn't sound that good, but it's actually like pretty strong. Because you can get out Perfect Ace, which is a negate. You can get a Block Backer, which is a kind of like a monster negate. You can get out Player Manager, which is a pop. And if you have Player Manager in your hand, it gets even better, because if a UA monster is normal summon or special summon, you can summon this. So you can kind of time these abilities so you can just summon a bunch of stuff that can deal with your opponent's board. And that's pretty much the gist of it. So we're going to get into some games, and we're going to talk about the deck in the recap, and we're going to see how much of an Ultra Athlete I am. Hello, everybody. We're here with game number 1 against Yugioh, or Okura. You might be saying, well, this guy's playing Dragon Maid. What a schmuck. Well, this is the first day of the season, so we are in Plat, because you D-rank, obviously, in your first day of the season. But he's playing Dragon Link. It's not a bad deck at all. We go for the Maxi. He goes into Heretical Seal. Honestly, good play on him or her. Don't want to be sexist. Our hand's actually kind of like, it's deceptively not that great. It's like all right. We really wanted this Hyper Stadium to be another, like a regular stadium. I don't think we really care that much about this level 5. So we're going to activate midfielder here. And then he activates Heretical Seal. Honestly, this play I'm not 100% sure on. Like, I feel like maybe I shouldn't have done anything. But I activate UA Turnover. So the reason I activate UA Turnover, it might sound stupid, but I pretty much wanted to get Spiker onto the field so I can mess with his turn. Because either way, if I kept, let's say I kept turnover tactics in my hand, right? Let's just amuse that right now. I kept this in my hand. Like, I would need 2 monsters on the field to even use it. So I wouldn't even be able to interact with his turn because he would have had a card bounced. Where what I did, I was able to, you know what? No. I'm trying to think. I feel like I should have just let him bounce it. Yeah, I could have held it. Because I forgot I still had the second normal summon from Hyper Stadium. Yeah, that was just bad. Well, we got Block Backer. You know what? I actually don't mind this still. I still think it was a fine play. You know, player manager, we're going to pop. He forces him to use Rocket Tracer on himself, so he can't go into Borrowland. Actually, he wouldn't go into that anyway. I didn't want him going into a Synchro Monster. He ends up going to Striker Dragon. Honestly, I feel like he should kill me here. It could be crazy, though. Oh man, dude, I've been having like such horrendous tooth pain. I don't know if you guys know that. No, like if any of you have had tooth pain, I feel like everyone's had it at some point. It's like the worst. It's like I actually canceled the stream just because how bad it is, and honestly, it kills me just talking right now. I'm trying to get a dentist appointment as soon as possible. I went to the ER. I went to the ER just so I can get amoxicillin, the antibiotic, to see if I can help fix it. It's just so debilitating. And this guy, dude, how lucky! I have my one of player manager top decks it off of Zombie Vampire. Literally only one left in the deck. Pretty crazy. All right. Yeah, this is not looking good for me. Goes with the IP Masquerena. Oh no. So he's pretty much going balls to the walls here. Yep. So he's gonna go Borderland, and this Borderland can't die to card effects or battle. I mean, I guess it did. The IP Masquerade literally didn't matter with this card because it already had that effect attached to it. We're gonna activate this penalty box though to add UA Power Jersey. Look, I'm just hoping he's an idiot, and if he uses Borderland's effect, he just loses the game. Easy as that. We add Stadium to hand. We're going to activate. This is why Stadium is really good, because with the 2 normal summons, you get 2 searches out. So we're going to activate Midfielder. I literally activated Midfielder just to bait the Borland. And this guy takes the bait, and now he's going to lose. So if you guys are wondering how he's going to lose at 6,200 HP with Borland up, well, we're going to go into Playmaker. We have this card called Dreadnought Dunker. We attach Jersey to him. And this card, so it's going to do double damage, right? Because it's equipped with Jersey. And on top of that, it's going to be able to attack twice. And on top of that, it does piercing. So, boom, 22. And then we're gonna pretty much hit him for more than double. Boom, 82. Goodbye, Okra. It's kind of like Oprah. GG. This is why I'm a Chad, and this guy's just not so rad. Alrighty, we're here for game number 2, and we are playing against a smelly nerd. But our hand is kind of peculiar. We can stop this Ash Blossom, which we 100% will, because we need gas, and our hand is kind of lacking. But we also activate Dimension Shifter, because if our opponent's playing one of the many popular decks, Dimension Shifter just absolutely blows it out. And I could give you a little hint. He is playing, I believe he's playing Mathmax. Which, if you Dimension Shift your Mathmax, they don't do anything. They pretty much have to pass turn. We're going to UA Stadium. We add Slugger because we're sending it back to the deck anyway. This is an easy dub. I'm going to pop. And the only reason we did this in the main phase is because this card can only be used in the main phase. Kind of annoying. I wish you could just end phase that, but it is what it is. Alrighty. Our opponent's just screwed. Our opponent's super screwed. Now we can get our big juicer. So midfielder, you guys might not think it, but like looking at this field, like midfielder actually makes us an OTK, and you guys are gonna see why. We add Dreadnought. We attack. Midfielder's effect can be used at any battle, at any phase. So we can bounce that, summon Dreadnought, and then player manager's effect activates. And we can just special summon player manager again. This was kind of like a showcase almost of like how powerful Dimension Shifter is, because it literally just locks out. There's so many decks right now in the format that it just completely locks out, which is why I got limited. Hello, we're playing against a very long name. I kind of like his icon though. His icon's cool. It's real like pretty looking. I don't know why. He's playing Sword Soul, so he himself smells horrendously. Yeah, Sword Soul's pretty like okay deck. The thing is, the deck's like ridiculously strong because like just people don't really play it that much. Like deck's so versatile, so consistent. You can always set up like good boards. He opted not like I feel like he could have made a better board than this, but he opted just to go for the blackout. which is fine. We're getting ashed, which is kind of sad. Sad moment in history for us. But I'm feeling pretty positive here. Yeah, midfielder. Midfielders, so I don't think you guys understand. Midfielder with player manager makes it so it's very hard for him to deal with my cards with target effects. So, because if I summon midfielder, it summons player manager. I use player manager's effect, and he tries to go for the negate. He has to have 2 negates to stop midfielder, because midfielder can bounce it back to my hand, and then I dodge the negate, and I go for the pop still. So, alright, so here's player manager. Player manager activates. We pop the Yugioh. Yugioh's going to activate its effect. I activate midfielder. Bada bing, bada boom, and he has the double negates. It was kind of obvious though. I mean, either like what this forces. This would force blackout regardless. So honestly, things aren't looking very good for me. But we go for playmaker because we still need to get blockout out. This is one of the things that kind of bothers me about the deck, is I feel like the deck needs better protection. Cause like, dude, I've noticed like when it comes to like spot removal and stuff like that, this deck like crumbles. It also crumbles if you mess up the normal summon. Like if I just go for my normal summon and I don't have the 2 normal summons, I go for my normal summon and they stop it, I just lose again. Like I can't do anything because all these cards need each other. So he goes for the Imperm. This is like completely fine. We unfortunately can't OTK him because we reused the special summon off of this. Bam. But we can still go for a lot of damage. Then we can summon Spiker. I wish Spiker was on both people's turns too. And he just concedes. He doesn't want to deal with the smoke. We had a lot of plays though, because Spiker could have searched for Omni Negate, Monster Negate, and either one of those options would have summoned the our player manager. So that was a GG. Hello, and we're at game number 4, and we're playing It's Me, My Biao. Guys, I want you guys to start referring to me, instead of the Goblin King, I want you guys to start referring to me as Disco Mommy. I've been watching MILF Manor with my wife, and dude, that show is so wild, dude. He's not like, I feel like the plays he's doing right now is not gonna let him set up ABC. Like, there's no way he sets up ABC. He has no union carry, has no machines on the field. Just not happening. Yeah, his board's really mediocre. I mean, he still gets a Nightmare Unicorn out of this, but I think that's like almost the least of our problems here. You know what's actually sad though? Our hand can't really deal with Nightmare Unicorn. Isn't that pathetic? So he activates, he goes. When I say deal with Nightmare Unicorn, I can't actually kill the unicorn. Like, I don't have enough damage. So we're just gonna go with Spiker, have UA Tactics. You're gonna see the power of UA Tactics. So I'm gonna give you guys a little tip. You know why this card's really good? Like, if you read it, you're like, shuffle as many parts back into the deck as possible, and then special summon from your deck different names up to the number of cards you shuffled into your main deck. Blah, blah, blah. And your opponent does the same thing, right? If the cards that go back, let's say it's a token and a link monster, if those cards go back, they don't, you don't get to special summon anything. It has to go back to your main deck, not the extra deck. So it's actually like almost like straight up removal against some decks. Like if you're playing against branded, you can actually just like send their, it's kind of gross. So we do this. We go for a pop. Oh, this was actually a huge mistake on my part. Should never have done that. Because he used IP Masquerena. That's why I didn't pop. I'm so dumb. I'm just a disco mommy. That's what I'm just going to go with. I'm a disco mommy. We all make mistakes. He goes for Therion. which is kind of annoying. We're gonna Ash this to see if we can bait the Therion. He does not take the bait, but we stop Pot of P, which is pretty good. Honestly, if he's playing like 2 Therions in the deck at least, or if he's playing 2 Therions and 3 of this field spell, right? I actually think you probably negate the Pot of P. So you could negate Pot of P, look at the top 6, see if you can find another Therion to special summon itself, because you can just special summon it again. And then you can activate Triple Tactics to draw 2 if you wanted to, or do whatever he's about to do. He's about to look at my hand, which is really annoying because it gets rid of Spiker. But he has no way of getting rid of midfielder, so we are good. Just doing disco mommy things, all I'm gonna say. So he activates Therion, he gets rid of my field spell. Literally does not matter at this point. Wait, oh yeah, it doesn't even destroy, so I still keep the field spell. That's fucking hilarious. So we could have had, like, we still weren't going to be able to kill him, but we could have had like a decent shot and just doing a lot of damage. But yeah, his last card was Psych Frame Gamma, which is kind of annoying. So whatever, pass. I have 2 cards, he has 0. It's a battle of attrition now. And we just drew our dude, we just drew such a nutty card. Like, Spiker is so crazy to draw at this point. Because this card's like, I'm gonna just start getting good cards out of my deck now. He sets a card. And we could have went for Player Manager, but I think Dreadnought is just, I don't know. I felt like going Dreadnought. I wanted to dunk on him. I wanted to be like LeBron. Hello, we're here with game number 5. And we're playing against, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I played against Salmon Great so much on the ladder with this deck. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like the new flavor of the month, but man, I think I played it at least like 8 times on the ladder, maybe more. Like, I played a dude 8 times. I want you guys to think about it. I played probably around like 25 matches, right? Playing against it, like, it might have been more than 8. I felt like I was playing like half my games. It was between this Scott. Literally the only decks I played against was this, Mathmech, and Sword Soul. Like, those are all the decks I was playing against. But this was definitely more than everything else, which is kind of surprising. But yeah, you guys should watch MILF Manor. That shit is freaking hilarious. I actually heard, I forget where I heard it from, but someone was saying they should do a DILF one. And they said it should be called DILF Dormitory. And I thought that was hilarious. I feel like the DILF one would be like way worse. Because like think about like this. I feel like men are way more protective of their, like, the women in their life, right? Like if you think about it like this, like, just imagine being a dad, if you aren't a dad, and like watching like people your age try to date your daughter. I feel like that would be like very difficult to watch. Or very difficult. Like, I feel like you just lose it. Like, the guy would just lose it. Where on MILF Manor, they're just, I mean, the moms are kind of like that too, but like, it's more in like a catty way. I think the guys would just beat the hell out of them, right? Like, it would actually cause like physical altercations. So I don't know. And I feel like people, like, I don't know, the whole show's like bizarre, but it's like one of those like train wrecks that you can't like look away from. You know what I mean? I'm a big advocate of it. Dude, I love shows like that. I like shows like 90 Day Fiance and stuff like that. That's a guilty little pleasure of mine. And when I say mine, I mean me and my wife, because that's who I watch it with. Like, it's like very juicy. I don't know. I've always, I don't know when my first oh, you know what else happened? The whole Atriarch thing. That shit was wild. Dude, that shit is wild. I honestly didn't know who Atriarch was until literally I just seen the whole video with him crying next to his wife. By the way, weird flex to bring your wife into that, to an apology video with you. Like, what did she do? I just thought that was really odd. But man, that was a wild thing. Like, dude, he completely ruined the entirety relationship between him and his coworkers. If you guys don't know what he did, apparently, like, it got leaked, like, in one of his streams that he was looking up, like, Pokemon or these Twitch streamers, like the woman Twitch streamers. He looked up like deep fake like corn videos of them. And he paid for it too. Like, he paid for a service for it, which is bizarre. And I'm about to die. I deserve it for even speaking of this. I just thought it was bizarre, like absolutely bizarre. First of all, weird as hell. And it's all. I feel like a lot of times it's these guys who like are like super like, I'm super feminist. You can trust me. I'm a woman. Like, it's always them that ends up being like mad creepy. I don't understand it. Just be a normal person. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. Just be a normal person. We got destroyed, by the way, on the stream. Like, I got absolutely ass blasted. But yeah, he completely ruined all his relationship. Because from my understanding, he was friends with all those people. Those people are not going to be your friend anymore once you do something that weird. Now, if you guys want to deep fake me into some corn, just make it so I have an 8-pack. And a huge cock. And I'll be happy with it. I'll be fine with it. But if you don't do that, I'll be sad. But I don't. That's the most I'll get out of it. All right, let's go to the recap. Hello, everybody. We're here with the recap, and if you are watching still, thank you for watching, and it is much appreciated. Please consider subscribing. I need it more than you, so yeah, just do it. And also join our Discord. The link is down below. Easy to do. And we got people who talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! They'll talk about Pokemon. They talk about a bunch of stuff, but mainly Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a pretty cool community of people, and a lot of people have been there since my channel was like a few hundred people. So a lot of long time people in there, which is great. Let's talk about the deck. How did the deck perform? It was kind of mid, I'll be honest. This might be one that you guys skip. I had very high hopes for the deck. Like, I thought it would perform a lot better than it actually did. We probably went around like a 50% win ratio. We did rank up like once or twice. We ranked up like once, and I think we went back down. Like, we ranked up. We almost got to Plat 3, and then we ended up going on a losing spree and deranking. The deck had a really hard time against like the link decks. So like these decks that do all these link climbing, like the Salomon Great, I found it had a very hard time. Like, if we didn't just close out the game immediately, like OTKing them, it was very hard to like win those games because we don't have enough disruption to stop them from just access coding us. So yeah, that was pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. Other than that, I mean, I feel like the deck did what it needed to do. The OTK possibilities were pretty powerful with midfielder and the UA power jersey and shit, but I just feel like it just falls in this format. I feel like it just feels like these fringe decks are just getting harder and harder to play because the decks are just getting power crept to a newer and newer level, if you guys know what I mean. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when Sprite comes out and Tearlaments comes out, dude, I am afraid for this. I mean, if Sprites and Tearlaments come out, at least you might have like a fighting chance there. Like, they could fight each other. But like, those decks are gonna have like way higher power level than everything else. Like they might have to bring like Eldritch back to full power or something to try and compete. I don't know. Like, the only saving grace might be like it's a best of one format. So if people are running a lot of like cards to try and just beat that specific deck, like, you know how Runic was like this fucking tier 1 deck, like just stomped on everyone, and then people started just siding it, like putting in their main deck Cosmic Cyclones and things like that, and actually running back row removal, and the deck became a lot more manageable to play against. I think if that ends up happening, it won't be as bad, but I'm really hoping Konami does some type of like hindering to the deck before it comes in, besides just Toad. Besides just like, because I know they banned Toad, which is actually a pretty good ban. But I really wished with them banning Toad that they would also give you Dust for Bahamut Shark, because I feel like the only reason why a lot of people have Bahamut Shark is because of Toad. So it's kind of stupid how I'm gonna have like a random ultra rare Bahamut Shark that actually doesn't really do anything, but I don't know. But on a scale of 1 to 10, what would I rate it? I'd probably say it's a 7-ish. It's probably like a 7. Like I said, the deck was like decent, and playing against literally like really high-end decks with good people piloting them. So it's not like I was playing against bad people. I was going like 50% against them. So if you're talking about like gold, if you're like a gold Andy and you're like sitting in gold for the whole season, this deck is definitely you're gonna get a lot of wins with it. You'll start steamrolling people with it. But if you're really trying to climb the Diamond 1, it's gonna be a struggle. Is it doable? I think it's probably doable. Like if you really like buckle down and learn every intricate part of the deck, and maybe tune it a bit more, then I think you could definitely hit Diamond 1. But it's just gonna be a struggle. I mean, this is how I look at it. Compare it to like trying to like rank up with a tier 1 deck. Like compare this to Sword Soul. Like, do you think Sword Soul is gonna have that much of a difficult time climbing the rank 1? It's not. So I mean, it is what it is. Also, why I'm just like out of curiosity, they need to like make another like we have Diamond, right? They need I have a zero clue why this game does not have a system like Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, like online, where it's like you have like when you get into Mythic or you get into Legends, you have like a rank that ranks you out of all the players. That's like a moving ladder. Why does it not have that? Like, I feel like this game's been out for way fucking too long for it not to have like King of Games. Oh, I got King of Games top 500. Like that would be at least something to strive for. I would actually want to grind my account up. I don't even feel like it, because it's like, you get some gems and you play against tryhard nerds. Woohoo! I don't know. That's my personal opinion. I think it'd be fun. And lastly, on a tier list of like 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna say this is definitely a rogue tier. Might even be like a joke tier. But the deck, like I said, any deck that's super reliant on the normal summon is obviously going to have like a little bit of a tough time. Especially since a lot of these decks right now, they don't rely on the normal summon at all. So you're at a huge disadvantage. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I apologize if I look like I'm in pain half the time. Because like I said, this tooth pain is very bad. It's right here. It kills me. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and goodbye.